So Josh, press conference today, I had a chance to see Gavin McDonnell in the flesh. What have you made of him?
It's just any other boxer, isn't it? You know what I mean? When you get to this level, you don't really know into it because, you're just totally professional, no matter what they look like. You just get on with your job. Got in my mind, I know what Gavin is anyway, so I didn't need to see that today, really. I know what he's about.
Has it surprised you that they've taken this fight? Obviously it's a British title eliminator, but as you said in the conference, he's sort of coming up and he's a few levels, he's boxed at a level below yourself. You box some of the best in the country, so Steffi Bull making that fight, did it surprise you?
Not really, no, because he wants to push his lads on, and that's what boxing's about. People paying the hard-earned money, you know what I mean? £35, £60 ringside tickets, you know what I mean? They want to see fights, they don't want to see so many, they want to see good competitive fights. And this is what you've got to do now as a promoter. He knows that, so he got in contact and that was it, fate got made.
If you win this fight, you get a shot at the winner of Kid Galahad and Jazza Dickens. Obviously Kid Galahad you boxed before, so as well as a British title shot, are you looking at sort of maybe redemption?
Yeah, I mean, like I said before, I'm not overlooking Gavin McDonnell. Give me all to this fight. I don't see any point across this fight, but if Kid was to get through that fight and I get through this fight, then obviously it's back on again, you know what I mean? A big local, massive local fight again. And some unfinished business on my part, but I know what it takes to beat him. He's a cracking kid, and I fully expect him to win the British title.
Over the last sort of couple of years, so you've had a few setbacks. That fight with Kid Galahad, you had the Stewie Hall setback. Few people, it's fair to say, have kind of written you off. Do you think it's said a lot about your character that you've persevered and you keep pushing towards that British title?
I mean, listen, I'm a fighter, you know what I mean? What people don't, when you get in and you don't turn up on night for whatever reason, you know what I mean? So I won't write for Stewie Hall fight, and I shouldn't have took fight, but that's people not going to take that to see win or loss. So, I know, Stuart Hall's up there, number 4 or whatever they said he is at world. And if he's that, then I know, I can get to that level. Because that won't 100%. But like you said, if people are thinking that I'm not going to reach my potential, I'm only 25 years old, you know what I mean? You look at kids like your John Simpsons, even Corolla, people were umming and ahhing about him and he'd come back. Other kids, you know what I mean? Just last weekend, everybody thought Gary Buckland was going to beat Stephen Smith. Boom, one uppercut, turns it all around again. You got Stephen Smith went from being a brilliant kid, whatever you were talking to, he had one bad night, then bang, you don't know what happens to kids on that night that builds up to it. So boxing's a funny sport, and to write somebody like me off, it's a really, really bad mistake. So I've got so much hunger and determination. I've never met nobody in gym or who wants it as much as I do. I'm the hardest trainer that I've known, and I've trained with some good kids. I commit my life to boxing, and I've always lived life through a boxer. I've always lived life, and my dad always said to me, "You keep persevering, and my commitment, my determination will come through," and I believe it will.
You said in the past as well that your determination to win the British titles for your dad as much as anybody else.
Yeah, I mean, everybody knows my dad's problems, and what we go through as a family. It's hard. Like you said, he wanted me to go on. He wanted, for a numbers coach to take over. But I won't be here stood in front of you if it weren't for my dad. Since I've been 8 years old, and we got kicked in bollocks by that illness, but we're fighting back. You know what I mean? My dad's not. He's a credit to himself, because just him getting out of bed in the morning is a victory. You know what I mean? And when you complain when you're a bit tired and you've got to go to the gym and shit like that, you've got people like my dad and that, what they go through, their illness, you know what I mean? They've got that all their lives, all their lives they've got to live with it, and it does. When that happened to me dad 8 years ago, it's the lowest point I've ever been in my life, but we know how close we are, me and my dad, but we'll get there. I'll get him that British title, just for myself as well, because all the commitment I put in for my family, for my wife, for my kid now, my dad, my mum, my brothers, that's what it'll be for.
Best of luck.
Thank you, Andy. Cheers.